Thank you, Shane. So when the initiatives were assessed in terms of their transformational shift focus, those were the 4 that came through. There are other activities that are identified in other local board areas as well.
Right. And my second question also relates to local boards. Further on in the report on page 102, it says there should be a framework, a consistent framework for Māori input into decision making for local boards. Who is looking into that, and how far along is it?
So we're doing some work with the local board team itself to develop that as part of Whaitika. Phil, did you want to make a comment about that as well?
And there is a stream of work happening at a whole organisational level as part of the organisation strategy aimed at improving our mechanisms for Māori engagement. So there's an umbrella piece of work, and then the local board specific aspect of that.
Is there's no...
Carl Ferguson and I are joint sponsors of that work.
And there's no time frame on it?
Short answer, there will be shortly, because it's on the executive team agenda on Monday.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Councillor Kuka.
Thank you. Kia ora. With the carry dieback work that you're doing, I know the Waitaku Rangers Local Board put about $47,000 a year into a coordinator doing that work, and they don't just do it in the local area, they seem to trot about all over the place. Do you work with that sort of bit of an, I mean, that's a council investment. I would have thought you'd put, is there some, it doesn't show in the local board that you're working with them?
I think the coded back, it's a contribution that goes directly to enable mana whenua to be a part of that overarching framework that you can see represented in that. So it's not all that council is doing in terms of the code dieback.
I know that we've
yes.
got. I've managed to keep 650,000
yeah.
a year in there, but I'm just wondering if there's any synergies, because you know that if you put resources together, you can often maximise. So yes. I just wondered if there's some how that works. If you've got a coordinator. Yeah.
The short answer to that is yes.
You do?
So okay. we do have good connection in there, and our role is to, I suppose, to facilitate that engagement with mana whenua, so that Great. You get engagement across.
Thank you.
Councillor Cashmore.
Thanks, Madam Chair. Team, we've got a list here of co-governance, co-management activities. How do we process or action other requests for co-management or co-governance that come from the individual iwi o hapu?
Firstly, emerging thinking in that space is on our radar largely through John Hutton's work program. It's fed directly into the Treaty Settlements Working Party, chaired by Councillor Fletcher. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. So that's the mechanism that it would come through.
And are there any specific projects in the train now?
John, do you want to comment?
Kaipara, probably.
Madam Chair's got it on the head, yes. The treaty settlement negotiations regarding the Kaipara Harbour are proposing a co-management, co-governance regime there. The other side, which would be outside of treaty settlements, and thus just a direct Crown tangata whenua relationship, that can involve in a number of ways, either through local boards and their engagement over parks, or in fact through the parks division. We don't, those relationships wouldn't necessarily require any form of legislation. They would be localised arrangements depending on the circumstances and what the desires of the different parties would be.
Thank you. Councillor Lee.
Madam Chair, I am concerned when I hear officers offering up co-governance. As an elected governor, a member of...
Councillor Lee, they did not. It is part of the negotiations with the Crown.
No, don't interrupt me.
Well, I will interrupt you. You cannot
Mr.
cannot
Hutton
criticise
talked about
staff.
local boards
Councillor
offering
Lee,
up co-governance of parks. I oppose that, and so do most people.
Well, it's in-
you are continually
it's in
criticising
statutory.
staff. Would you please stop it? Thank you.
I'm telling the truth.
I
That's
will-
what I'm meant to do around
no,
here.
No, you don't.
Didn't do it yesterday.
Very good
I
if you
object
did.
to it.
Well, I'm sorry. Right.
Right.
Oh, okay, that's good. Thank you, team. I will put the recommendation. All those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Carried. Thank you, team. Thank you, Bernard and